Hey, what's up, you guys? Street Trader Fix here. So let's do a quick market analysis on gold. We're going to be focusing on the daily time frame for now, and I'll post the weekly and monthly time frame later on in the group. So as you can see here on the daily, we have a stop hunt, and then we created an area of resistance, and then after that we mitigated that area of resistance right here, created a high probability supply, and then after that I did my refinements on this daily time frame where we have two sell areas or two resistance areas that we focused on once we get the high probability supply, which is the open close and also the traditional SNR level. So in this case we traded into this traditional SNR level, and then we created a high probability supply. Then from there we did not necessarily trade into it, all right, but what we did was that we traded into this support breaks becomes resistance. All right, I'm not entirely saying that this is what would hold price, but I would have preferred that we traded into this area right here. So in the meantime, the roadblock that we have here on gold is this one right here, which is and this resistance breaks become support. All right, so we're going to be paying attention to what price is going to do around this area. Let me try and refine it to the level that it's at. So what could possibly happen starting next week could be that we see price trading a bit lower into this area, and then making a deep pullback into this area that we initially wanted, and then a trade lower. All right, so this is a possible scenario that can happen starting next week, right? Because remember, this is Friday and it's also an inside candle, right? So remember, with inside candles, this is how they work. I'm not really sure because I don't entirely trade them, but I do have a bit of information with regards to how they are formed or how they operate. So we have something like that. So ideally with an inside candle, right, this one is inside this one. So in our case, Friday's candle is within Thursday's candle. So I'm gonna mark it with the dotted lines here. So ideally what we expect to see is an open low, high, close, right? Meaning that we open here, we create a low, then we create a high, and then we have a close, right here. So ideally this is what we'd be expecting on gold. All right, we'd be expecting that, and in that case would be trading into that resistance breaks become support, right, which is this one right here, resistance breaks become support. We have a bit of liquidity right here, and also the inside candle, the previous candle which allowed this one to be an inside candle, is the one that we're going to use for liquidity, which is this one right here, right? The low is going to provide liquidity for us in order for us to go towards this area. So hopefully you understood. So now let's try and zoom in and discuss everything. So we can clearly see that here on gold, yes, we did trade into this bearish open close right here, or a bullish open close breaks becomes a bearish open close. All right, this was a support level. We broke it, it then became a resistance. So similarly with this one, it was a resistance, it broke, and then it became a support. So the move that we're expecting right now is roughly going to be around 400 pips or 500, depending on where the entry is. All right, so let me remove this one right here because we already used it. We already